What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I wanted to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down why tomorrow is going to be a very important day as we have CPI coming out. I want to have a very important warning about it for right now. But before I begin the devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 of them, and all friends in just a couple of weeks. So what is my warning, guys? So right now, the market it's been trading sideways for the last couple of hours, but we did see a big drop on SPY and the QQQ. We also saw Tesla pump a bit before coming down a bit, and overall it's still holding up, but I just want to say that all this price action, yes, it is quite volatile, but it doesn't guarantee anything about tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a lot more determined by CPI. So when is CPI coming out tomorrow? It's coming out before the market opens at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what that means? That means that if you're trading, if you're holding a position, whether it's short-term or long-term, and you're holding overnight, you're going to have to hold through CPI. And the market may gap up or gap down tomorrow, depending on what CPI is. And that could be a little bit tricky, a little bit more risky for people who want to make bets, who are trying to trade. So I just want to give you guys a warning, not trying to discourage you from trading or doing anything overnight. That is your choice. You could still make crazy money. It sometimes is worth it, right? Sometimes it could be, but it's also, risky. There are some risks involved, and my job is just to give you guys more information about that. So with CPI, we're expecting a slight increase at 3.4%. We're expecting it to go up a little bit. Are we going to get a hot CPI at 3.5%, or is it going to be below 3.4%? We'll just have to wait and see. Also, for core CPI year over year, we're expecting 3.7%. That's going to be very important as well. So once again, if you're trading futures or something, you're going to be fine. If you're not trading futures and you can't really exit your position once market closes, we only have about 30 minutes left until the market closes. So this is your last chance, your warning to kind of like exit your position if you don't want to hold overnight. If you do, it's all up to you. But the reason why the CPI report is so important is because of it ends up affecting the Fed's policies. So this is for the May meeting right here. We have the data from the Fed. There's a 97% chance the Fed is going to keep rates the same. Okay, they're most likely going to keep rates the same, not really change them for the month of May. But for June, when the meeting comes up, right now there's a 56% chance we get one cut, a 25 basis point cut. There's about a 42% chance the Fed is going to keep rates the same. This also depends on other CPIs, but this is currently what the market is expecting. Now, these probabilities could change depending on the latest CPI that comes out. That's why I'm going to continue to monitor this and kind of look into this into a lot more detail. That's going to be very, very important. So whatever this causes, if we get a hot CPI, for example, and this starts dipping and then this one starts going up, this would imply the Fed is going to keep rates up higher for longer. And if that happens, that's going to be a bit more bearish for the markets. If the CPI is decent, this actually goes up a little bit and this ends up dropping. That's a little bit better for the stock market. So what do I think is going to happen tomorrow? Honestly, guys, I just think I don't really want to predict it because it really depends. CPI is very manipulated. The numbers are not honest. They're not always going to be perfect. That's why it doesn't make sense to try to assume that they are, right? We can't assume that everything's going to be the same, everything's perfect. It's best to just be open-minded about anything. So for SPY, let me just make this very, very clear. Tomorrow, there's going to be a big move coming. If we get a hot CPI, if CPI is at 3.5%, right? If it's above expectations, SPY could get a big rug pull and we could be falling all the way down to 512, if not 510 and 508. Okay. If we get a decent CPI, we could gap up to 520 and start pushing all the way back up towards 522, 524 all over again. I'm personally in the middle. It all depends on the data. So if you want to hold overnight, we don't know which way we're going to gap. In my opinion, it could gap up or gap down, but I would rather just be patient. You guys could play longs or shorts. It's up to you. Good luck with it, guys. Hope for the best, but just know what the warnings are. Please heed my warnings. For the QQQ, if we get a bullish move, if CPI launches the market up, this thing could easily push to 444 plus. If we get a bearish move, we get a rug pull, we could start sinking all the way down to 434 below that. So I'm expecting a pretty big move. I don't know what's going to happen because it all depends on the inflationary numbers. So the best thing to do is just be patient. We'll see if we get a bounce or not, and we'll see how things go. If you're holding overnight on the QQQ, be careful, guys. You never know what could end up happening. Now, technically speaking, Tesla's looking bullish right now. It's on a nice uptrend. It's holding up very nicely, holding 175, kind of shuffling around there. Could even go higher. And the current chart does suggest with this bullish divergence, it could go all the way up to 180 to 182. It's a real possibility. but nothing is guaranteed because of CPI. CPI could launch Tesla all the way up to 182 plus, or it could cause a rug pull all the way down to the 160s all over again. So if you want to hold Tesla overnight or play, it's your choice. Just be careful. The technicals do look bullish right now, but CPI is going to determine what the big move is actually going to be. For Nvidia, if we get a bullish move to the upside, we could be looking for a push all the way up to 877 all over again. For bearish, we could be sinking all the way down towards 820, if not below that, into the lower 800s because of the Fed's policies. So just be patient. For Aapl, CPI can launch this to above 170, or we could get a big rug pull all the way down to like 168 or below that. I'm in the middle. We'll just have to wait and see. So hopefully this video was very, very insightful about what's about to happen. Market's about to make a big move, and this is going to determine the trend for the next couple of days/weeks. And on top of this, let me just go over a few more. I know a lot of people want me to talk more about like Microsoft and the others. First off, with Super Micro, I know a lot of people still watch this. We're about to see this thing either push all the way up to about 920 to 940, or it's about to get a rug pull all the way down towards 880 or even below that. So, in my opinion, I'm open-minded. Let me note that the chart is bearish right now. It's been continuing to downtrend. It does favor the bears, but just to be safe, we have to wait and see what the numbers look like. I do like the setup on SoFi. It is slowly on an uptrend, especially as we have an inverse head and shoulders like structure that is developing, a nice accumulation. I see some upside potential in this, but I'm going to be patient as well. CPI will determine this. Also, the big bank earnings coming out. So we'll see if that helps or not. But that's something worth noting, at least for the time being. For AMD, we're completely indecisive right now. Are we about to pump all the way into the 172, 175 area? Or are we about to get a rug pull all the way back down towards 164 and 160? We'll have to wait and see. Going back, let me just double check this. Let me go over a couple more. Coinbase had a very, very interesting setup. I called out this head and shoulders. So if you go to like, excuse me, if you go to like the 30 minutes time frame right here, we have like a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It's kind of formed like a nice distributive pattern, and we came down to fill the gap exactly as we predicted if we lost this support. So we called this move on Coinbase. We will see if we get a bearish continuation or not, but that's all I'm saying for now. And then on top of all of that, let's go over just a few more. We have Amazon. Amazon on the 4-hour time frame is also indecisive. Are we about to get a big rug pull all the way down to much lower levels, such as the 180, basically 181 area? Are we about to launch to a new high above 188? It all depends on CPI. It's very, very indecisive right now. It's waiting for the data to come out, so we'll just have to wait. For Meta, we called out a potential bounce at 507. I said it might rebound off that, or if we lost it, we'd sink all the way down to 505, if not 500. Instead, we rebound a bit. Now we're testing resistance at 515. If we break that, 520 is next. So we're showing some life on Meta, but the overall trend is still bearish. We'll see. Do we get a rug pull all the way back down to 500 or even into the 480s? Or do we end up getting a big bounce all the way up to the 525 plus area? Honestly, guys, let's just wait and see. Microsoft, same thing, very indecisive, so I'll just give it more time. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys found value in this video. I went over just a couple of tickers. I'll see you guys in just a couple of hours, but just know that CPI comes out soon tomorrow. This is your last chance. If you want to hold overnight, it's your choice. If not, do what's best for your own portfolios. All right? Thank you for listening. Have a great day, and peace out.